Hello everyone and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway for race 4 out of 5 on the season. Many drivers at this big track today, and we're anticipating a great race in front of us. As we said, this is the 4th race out of 5, and after this race, we'll determine the 10 drivers headed to Baja, California for their championship race. Many drivers have made it close on the count with many point scenarios. There's a lot of drivers barely on the outside or barely on the inside. Many drivers need a good day to get this going. But anyway, as for now, I'll introduce my guest commentator for today, Gavin Beers12. Welcome to the stage.
Thanks for having me. We're going to be witnessing a great race here today. One race until the championship, so this is practically it, and anybody can win this race. It's going to be so crazy. 2 and 3 wide racing throughout this whole pack. Anybody can win.
Anybody can win for sure. And we're talking about people who can win. You're going to need a fast truck to do it first. And speaking of fast trucks, Chase Purdy put it on the pole today. Many mid-range teams up towards the front, like we see Colby Howard in the top 10. But as we talk about point scenarios, going back to that, as we see the graphic on Carson Hocevar, only 9 points above the cut. Corey Heim way back after a couple of DNFs. Grant Enfinger and Chase Purdy are the top 2 in points. And you can see here, the 3 trucks lined up, Zane Smith, Christian Eckes, and Matt Crafton, all previous race winners, so they're locked in. Everyone else in the field has the potential to get knocked out tonight in front of a large crowd at Daytona.
Yeah, 10 drivers are going to make the championship race right after this. Let's go down for the command.
Greatest words in motorsports from the Tires, who cannot talk, so I guess he'll just state it like that. And the cars will roll off as the starting lineup plays. Chase Purdy will be on pole here today with Tyler Ankrum alongside. Who sticks out to you?
Really, Stuart Friesen and me. He's been really consistent in the season so far, and he started P3. He's got a good-looking race car, a race truck rather. He's got a great shot to win.
Yeah, he has a great shot, but he also needs to have some good luck today. He's currently, as I look at my own, -2 on the cut line. So he's right on the verge of getting into this race at Baja, California. He needs to have a good day for sure.
See the trucks farther back in the field. Mentioned nobody is out of it. Just a bad qualifying spot does not mean that you cannot win.
For sure in this pack race. As here they come down to the restart zone. Green flag in the air at Daytona. Chase Purdy and Tyler Ankrum lead him down to turn 1.
Fighting into 1, the 4 on the inside. Can he get clear? No, he can't. But he's got a good shove by 2 and 3, but he's almost clear on the 14 on the outside. Or the 19 rather.
As the trucks fly by down the back straightaway, and now as they come out of turn 4, the 16 and the 4 side by side across the stripe. Purdy will get that lap barely as we come on the lap 2 of this race.
Carson Hocevar gets put in the middle. The third line forming up the middle. It's going to be big. It's also hard. The second hole is going to take you all the way to the back if you can't get it right. Seems to be forming pretty good, but no, it starts to fall back. Chase Purdy's going to lead that 2 on the inside.
With 10 laps to go already in this race, Carson Hocevar finds a spot on the outside line to fall into. Well, I believe Roger Cruz falls back even more, maybe a rookie mistake from him. But now, Friesen jumps up to the top, and he's making up ground.
He's got a big shove by the 16. He's going to take the lead for a moment going into 1. But he's door to door now. The 52 up the racetrack. Here comes the 16 through the middle, but he's going to fall back.
The 52 tried to use his side traps to the advantage, but instead it's going to backfire a little. He'll fall back a little bit on the outside. Still getting pushed from Corey Heim, who also needs a big day today. As we come on to lap 6 of this race, all green so far.
That inside line to pull ahead just a little bit. That outside line still fading back as they go down the back straightaway.
A correction on my part. Lap 5, but now as we go into lap 6, Stuart Friesen with a big move on the inside. He'll get clear of Grant Enfinger, and that'll put Corey Heim in the middle.
Big shove for Purdy on the inside. He's going to take the lead, but here comes Friesen back on the outside.
Oh, we got trouble. A big wreck in the middle to the front of the pack, and that'll bring out the first caution today, and you can say it's the big one. Grant Enfinger, Carson Hocevar, many involved, many playoff contenders, and this will end a lot of days.
Carson Hocevar was just above the cut line going into the championship. He will be taken out, as well as so many other good trucks in this race.
As you can see, the field diminished almost a dozen. I'd say, yeah, maybe even over a dozen trucks involved in that one as Grant Enfinger takes it behind the wall. I believe the amount of points he has will be good enough to put him into the playoff championship race. But I don't know, as we take a replay here, we can see Matt Benedetto, maybe it was just a bad push on his part. Maybe Enfinger got loose, but spins in front of the field when they're 3 wide and just piles up everyone.
Yeah, when you're running so close like that, it's so hard to avoid, especially at a narrow racetrack like this. You see the 23-16 completely block the track, and there's everybody flying in. Nick Sanchez, a hard hit on the inside wall.
Yeah, I was just watching him hard hit on the angle we have up here. As now we can see the trucks that have survived, but we can also see the trucks that lay scrapped in the infield. Being among them, I mean, Carson Hocevar, like you said, who we just saw earlier, +9 on the cut, needed a big day taken out early as we get the trucks re-racked up and ready to go green. Green flag will come back out, and now Colby Howard on the front row, probably through that wreck, as many of the rest of the competition will get taken out. Brett Holmes and Stuart Friesen in the second row behind them. We got Dean Thompson riding back down fifth with Derek Krause who's outside.
Side by side. Colby Howard on the outside is going to take the lead for a little bit going into one. Oh, he's going to get put 3 wide. Holmes on the inside is going to put him 3 wide up through the middle.
Is it a good idea? We don't know, but as they come back to 2 to go, oh, D. Thompson gets loose, and another big crash in the middle to the front of the field. And this one is going to involve a lot more trucks.
Multiple trucks involved. Past winners, Matt Crafton's in it. Big names are all taken out, and big hopefuls for making the championship are all taken out in turn 3.
The Thor Sport rush up the middle. They were all lined up in this Ford train coming up the middle of the pack, and that has all come to waste as they all lay in the infield now. Just a massive wreck. Wow. Dean Thompson, huge hit on the outside wall. Just looks like a push gone wrong from Zane Smith. Gets him loose, comes up the track, and the Krause and Crafton causes a big wreck.
Yeah, that's big. Zane Smith won earlier this season at Coda. Matt Crafton at Zion. Taking out all these contenders. We talked about it. Nobody is safe here at Daytona. It is anybody's race, even still now, even though even more trucks are taken out.
You can see Brett Holmes got spun around there as well. See the trucks that had survived. It'll be Chase Purdy and Stuart Friesen still in the front row. Second row will be Justin Marks, who qualified, I believe, somewhere around 35th, has made his way up to 4th through all this chaos. He'll be side by side with Colby Howard on the restart. And you got Rafael Lessard and Chris right behind. Pace car has rolled off, and for the first time this season, we have overtime. Green flag at Daytona.
Big pushes up front. The 4 on the inside trying to get ahead, but he can't do it. Big jump from Marks on the outside to the back of Friesen as they head into 3.
White flag is in the air as they come off turn 4. Marks with a big push to the outside. That'll put Friesen in the sucker hole. Marks pushed by right, trying to get something on the outside going. Howard will go up to block, but it's not there. Now he goes back to the inside, side by side on the back straightaway on the last lap.
3 wide behind them. Now here comes Marks. Can he get a run with the 4? He goes to the outside. They're side by side out of 4.
As they wreck behind, Justin Marks will come across the line to win.
Sideways across the start-finish line, Justin Marks qualified somewhere in the back, mid-30s, and now he's a winner at Daytona.
As they wrecked behind a storybook ending for Nice Motorsports, and they thought it was impossible to get into the championship after Carson Hocevar just crashed out. Justin Marks said, watch this, and puts the truck in Baja, California next week.
What a finish. So big for that team. A lot of happy folks going to be there. But man, what a great last lap that was. Let's take a look at the replay here.
So you can see Chase Purdy and Colby Howard on the inside. Colby Howard finds a way around the 4 truck, but then they get into a dead heat on the back straightaway. And here comes Justin Marks to the outside of Chase Purdy coming off of 4.
Chase Purdy had been so strong all day long. He started on pole. He was there right until the end. Just one bad block. He couldn't even make the block. The 40 came with such a head of steam and just ultimately won him the race.
However, I'm pleased to announce that the 4 truck of Chase Purdy has accumulated enough points to be racing in the championship next weekend. We'll get into the point standings in just a second. But as for now, we'll take a look at a replay. You can also see the wreck behind. Colby Howard, I believe, got turned to the inside wall. Roper and a couple other trucks were involved as well. But an exciting race there. I mean, 2 and 3 wide action over the entire race, played by some massive wrecks, and an upset winner. What else more could you ask for in that one?
Nothing else more. That is exactly what we expect at Daytona. Big wrecks, great racing, and great finishes. And we checked all the boxes. See the 40 still celebrating Justin Marks with his team. This is a massive win for that team.
Yeah, well, that will put them in the championship race along with our other past 3 winners. They're also locked in. We also know Purdy's gotten in on points. Those are 5 that we know that are in. We'll reveal the 5 later, but as for now, we'll just look at the race results. Like we said, Justin Marks got the dub there. Chase Purdy in second. And how about Chris Wright in third? That's a massive result for Young's Motorsports. And props to him, kept the truck clean all night and capitalized at the end.
Yeah, that was massive for that team. It's going to lock them in. Let's take a look at the point standings now. Matt Crafton is sitting first. Zane Smith, Eckes, and Justin Marks all have wins. Chase Purdy, as you mentioned, accumulated enough points. Locks him in, and then you see the rest. The other 5 that are all locked in.
Enfinger, Friesen, Rhodes, DiBenedetto, and Timmy Hill somehow sneaks his way in there. But yeah, that's the 10. It'll be Crafton, Smith, Eckes, and Marks on wins. Purdy, Enfinger, Friesen, Rhodes, DiBenedetto, and Timmy Hill on points. But yeah, thank you for commentating with us today, Gavin, as we sign off. Next up, in a couple weeks, you'll see the championship in Baja, California. But until then, we'll see you next time.